Have you ever noticed that as you become more successful, people drift away from you? It's as if the higher you climb, the more people try to knock you down. Not only do you have fewer hands to catch you as you fall, but they do everything they can to make sure you fall. Strange, isn't it? When you think about it, becoming better than you are, improving yourself, and gaining self-confidence brings people closer to you. But most of the time, without you realizing it, the opposite happens. Because people don't like it when others have things they don't have. And they always ask themselves this question: why him and not me? I remember the first time I experienced this situation as if it were yesterday. I felt as if cold water had been poured over my head. At the company I worked for, there was a project I had been working on for months. I had delivered the project flawlessly. I had succeeded, and I was excited and proud. I even felt a little emotional. I wanted to share this success with my closest friend, even with my family. But instead of celebration, I was met with silence. Just a quiet whisper of congratulations. I hadn't received a single call or message. Not a single person had said, "Well done, you've accomplished something great. I hope you achieve even greater things." The place where I felt peaceful and warm had turned icy cold. At first, I thought they were very busy or had some issues. But weeks passed, then months. That question crept into my mind involuntarily and slowly. Did this situation bother them? It didn't take me long to understand. This wasn't just something that happened to me. It was a psychological cycle. It had always been there, actually. It just took me time to accept it. Because success doesn't just change you, it changes how others see you. Your growth threatens others' comfort zones. What did you think when you first experienced this? You can share your thoughts in the comments section. We always want to feel safe. We want what is familiar and uncomplicated. So when someone close to us changes, even if it's for the better, it can feel like a threat to the world we know. Psychology teaches us this. We react to our perceptions, not to reality. So as you grow up, develop, and become more visible, people may not see how much effort you put in. They only face what they themselves have not done. Your success becomes their mirror, and mirrors can sometimes be uncomfortable. They ask themselves, what is it that he can do that we can't? And this question, which they can't answer, makes them more hostile toward you. If they can't succeed, they try to bring down those who do. Think of it this way. When two friends are swimming side by side in a pool and one suddenly starts swimming faster, the other either has to speed up to keep up or fall behind. But not everyone has to swim fast. And this doesn't always stem from jealousy or ill will. Sometimes your success awakens the parts of them that feel stuck. And instead of saying, "Wow, you've inspired me," their mind quietly whispers, "Why am I not doing more?" Or, "Why wasn't I given something better?" That whisper creates distance between you and your loved ones. They drift away, slowly pulling away from you. This is incredibly painful, but it's not really about you. It's about the comparison they're making in their own minds. Social psychology calls this relative self-evaluation. We don't just look at ourselves, we constantly compare. And when someone close to us suddenly levels up, the mind asks, "What does this say about me?" And that's where the discomfort begins. Your light makes others aware of their darkness. And instead of saying, "I can shine too," some choose the easy way out. They move away from the light. And what they say is, "That's not his light. He's actually in the dark too." And I must make this clear. This does not mean you should diminish yourself. You should not dim your light so others can feel comfortable in the shadows. But understanding why this happens helps you carry understanding, not guilt. This is not rejection. This is reflection. But you know what? It's not your fault that people are drifting away from you. And most of the time, it's not about who you are, but where they are stuck. When you change, you leave your old self behind. Those who loved your old self will never accept your new self, because you are better than your old self. That's why they loved you for who you used to be. You were quieter, more fragile, and someone who felt ashamed. And most importantly, you were more accessible. You were there when they felt better about themselves. So who are you now? Someone who believes in themselves more than ever. Someone who is further ahead than they were before. That familiar old you is gone. And those who don't want you to grow are not missing the growth that makes you who you are, but the old you. They had formed a connection with your former self, not with you. They were dependent on your old self. But when your progress confronts their stagnation, that connection weakens. The truth hits them in the face, because your story no longer fits theirs. And at this point, people split into two groups. There is a group that grows with you. Your success gives them hope. They see your success as inspiration for their own potential. They walk with you, run with you, and sometimes even surpass you. And that is a beautiful thing. There is nothing more enjoyable than having those who are happy with your success by your side. But the other group, they perceive your development as a threat. Instead of looking at their own lives, they blame you. You've changed, they say, but you've only grown. You've added another version of yourself. At this very point, you must make an important decision. Do you want to be with those who remain in the dark, or those who can see the light? This decision will determine your entire future. Toxic people or those who are happy with you. Because life gains meaning when you walk with those who dare to grow. And sometimes, being alone is preferable to a crowd of silent people. Walking alone will tire you less than a group of people who don't want you to exist and are a burden on your back. Let's admit it, success isolates people. That's why those at the top appear lonely. Loneliness is not always a bad thing. Sometimes loneliness is where the voices that don't match your frequency are silenced. It is where you hear your inner voice most clearly. It is where you become aware of yourself. And it is where growth begins. So today, I want to tell you a few things. If people are drifting away from you one by one, it does not mean you are wrong or that you have done something wrong. It means you are getting closer to yourself. It means you are understanding yourself. And perhaps sometimes the loneliness that comes after success is the most valuable test. The results of that test are what make you grow. It shows not who is with you, but who can truly walk with you. What about you? Have you ever experienced this situation? Have people ever drifted away from you simply because you became a better person? And under what circumstances did this drifting away occur? I'd love to hear your story in the comments, because this isn't just my story. It's a reality that many people silently live with, a reality that lies dormant within them but longs to be shouted out loud. And maybe your words will help someone else feel less alone. If this video made you feel something, made you think about something, it means I'm on the right track. Because here, I'm trying to create an awareness workshop for all of us. I want people to discover their own potential and become aware of what they can do. Let's walk this psychological journey together. And remember, even if you feel alone when you succeed, there are many others on this path who think like you. You are not alone. And if this content has been helpful to you, don't forget to subscribe, like it, and share it with a friend who is interested in psychology. Remember, everything starts in the mind, and you've already begun to train your mind.